Yo, what's going on, guys? It is Foxy98 here. Welcome back to a brand new episode of the F1 project for you guys today here on the channel. So we are here with what is going to be the Canadian and the French Grand Prix. And if you've missed any of the previous episodes, I recommend you go check those ones out before you come and check out this one. But today, let's get straight into it. And first things first, all of our upgrades for today's race has arrived. So we went ahead and made an upgrade to the ERS cooling for the ERS recovery system on the powertrain side of things. And then we also made an upgrade to the pistons for engine power. And as you can see, we're taking a bit of a struggle here in the F1 project so far. So as you can see, obviously the thing that we are only allowed to do is we have to upgrade obviously our minor pieces first before we can then shift our attention to the major and then also then the ultimate afterwards. And as you can see, I've still got 4 more minor engine upgrades that I must do before I can allow myself to upgrade with a major upgrade so I can actually get through towards all of these other pieces here. So we're in a difficult spot right now with that, but we're obviously going to try our best to get those done and dusted quickly. Now, I am considering making an upgrade to the department efficiency in order to make it a little bit cheaper. And maybe, just maybe, it might be able to help us on that front. But if you guys do enjoy the episode, obviously, feel free to drop a like and subscribe to the channel if you are new around here as well, so you do not miss a single video. But without further ado, I'm going to continue on with this lap and try and get pole position and see how we get on. Because I know the French Grand Prix is going to be a track where I struggle at. It's not been the cleanest lap, but it's going to get its pole position nonetheless. So the 108.5, it's pole position for the Canadian Grand Prix, and that's a hat-trick of pole positions, which I'm really satisfied about. It was definitely a pole position that we needed, really. And it's 0.3 of a second clear of my teammate Lewis Hamilton, closing in on 0.4 of a second there. And then the rest of the field, you can see the Red Bulls and the Ferraris separated by 0.2 of a second there. So really close between them lot. But obviously we've got ourselves that pole position, which is great. Because like I said, I don't think I'm going to get pole or even the race win in the next Grand Prix, in the French Grand Prix. Because it's such a strong track for the AI. It's just something that I'm not really going to be able to suit. So I'll see if there's any interviews obviously with Emma, and also see if I can potentially make an upgrade. But I'll probably do that at the end. Okay, so we're here for the start of the Canadian Grand Prix then, and surprise, surprise, we're actually going to get a bit of wet weather here for this race, which is going to sort of spice things up a little bit. So we've got 2 blocks of rain, and then it's going to turn dry. So depending on how long that takes, depends on what tyres we can go on at the end of the race. But it's going to change things slightly then, but we're on the grid now. We've got 4, now 5 red lights, and that was a quick sequence. Jesus. Let's get a short shift in there. Going to take it easy through here. I'm going to close the line against Hamilton. And we've survived that threat. Alright. Now it's going to be about taking the time to get used to the slippery conditions. And then hopefully blasting away. But we've survived the start. Now we've just got to try and see how I feel. And so far, feels a bit... doesn't feel the best. Good opening first lap. 1.2 seconds the gap between myself and Hamilton. I probably lost a little bit of time actually just going through that turn 1 section, but settling down nicely now, and it's just about when this rain period goes away. Settling down nicely in this race now. New fastest lap as well in the process. Doing a good job of things. Just maintaining position with the car. We've got a 3-second gap over Hamilton, and the rain is set to be clearing up soon, so all is good in my world. I say that, and I've just made a horrid mistake through that sector. I just lost complete control of the rear end for the entire section, so that's what I mean. Is that that's an option to go on to dries. That's a bit early. I'm struggling though.
Copy that.
Oh, they've enabled DRS. That's a quick change. It's still raining on track. Oh, no matter what, it's still definitely time for dries. I think I've lost a lot of time on this lap. I've lost half my advantage because I've been struggling. And I think, where are my rear tyres? Oh, they're not overheating. But we're going to come in though. I'm going to take this. I'm just going to go in. I'm not going to annoy the disabandoned team orders. I'm just going to drive it in. It's going to be bad though, because Hamilton's going to have to stay out for another lap. And obviously, if it is time for the media, I might get held actually. Please don't get held. Nah, I'm alright, I'm good. But, you know, Hamilton's going to lose out, I think. I mean, it's good for the championship side of things, because it means that we'll pull away if it's perfect dry tyre conditions, but bit of a pain, though. Where are we going to rejoin? In front or behind Stroll? That might change things a little bit. Oh, this is going to be tight. Just ahead of him. Well, I don't know where the rain went, but it disappeared alright. And we're much, much faster than what we were beforehand as we set a new purple lap. But our gap over Hamilton now is, well, you can see on the mini-map how much it's going to increase because of that earlier stop. It's ridiculous. First retirement of the Grand Prix there for Sergio Perez in the Racing Points. Although, to be honest, the Racing Points have literally always retired, so it's like a curse for the Racing Points at the moment, especially for Perez. I swear that's like his third retirement now in this career, in this season so far. So it's not going too well for him. As for me, though, I'm having the cruise of my life right now. I'm about 12 seconds clear of Lewis Hamilton out front, and I'm 20 seconds clear of Lucas Weber. Canada is by far my strongest circuit. Like I said, it's going to be interesting. Oh, bit of a screen freeze that. It's going to be very interesting when we do get to the French Grand Prix and see how I can compare to Lewis Hamilton, because of course it's just such an OP track for the AIs. I'm just curious. I might even struggle to beat Red Bull and Ferrari. Who knows? But we're not at France yet. We're still at Canada. We've got 3 laps to go, and we need to just bring it home. So we're just going to continue to do so. Alright guys, here we are then for the final lap of the Grand Prix, and yeah, that was another plain sailing Grand Prix for us. As we come towards the start-finish line now, it is going to be race win number 3 in a row for us, and it's the Canadian Grand Prix race victory here today to extend our World Championship lead at the top, but obviously it means nothing at the moment because, again, we're still looking to upgrade all of our car parts. But as you can see then, top 10 of the podium, it is going to be on myself ahead of Hamilton. I saw on my mini-map, Lucas Weber and Devon Butler were going at it for P3, and it seems like Devon Butler has won out in that affair. But it's a great victory for us nonetheless. So as we have a look now at the drivers and the race results in general, and then we'll go for everything else. You can see that it is the race win there by 12 seconds over Lewis Hamilton, and then it was a 25-second win there over the Red Bulls and the Ferraris. Grosjean beating Sainz, and then Ricciardo grabbing a point as well for his team. And the Drivers' Championship, it is now going to be 13 points actually. We lead the World Championship ahead of Lewis Hamilton. I forgot about the fastest lap points as well. Both Devon Butler and Vettel are 3rd and 4th, and then it is Verstappen and Weber 5th and 6th. Very close though between those two. So Red Bull and Ferrari are going to be scrapping for a long, long time. And in the Constructors' Championship, meanwhile, Mercedes have a 156-point lead over Ferrari and a 170-point lead over Red Bull Racing. But without further ado, let's get all of that sorted, and I might just make an upgrade for this episode. It certainly didn't dampen my spirit. Sorry. I didn't crash R1.
Well, thanks anyway.
What kind of a pillock asks me a question? Were you lucky to survive after that huge crash, mate? Where was the crash then? What, you know, when I won the freaking race? Yo, you a stupid woman. But, putting that aside, now, I need to think about this quite carefully. We're going to the French Grand Prix next, and then we've got Austria and we've got Silverstone. Oh, we beat Devon Bullsack in the rivalry. That's going to give us an extra 250 points. Now, I'm thinking of making an upgrade to my ERS right now. And the reason for that is because I know, especially at the next race in France, my ERS is going to wear down thin. Although in saying that, I am tempted to just make the components cheaper for the foreseeable future. And really, I'd like to do... It's a bit of a difficult one. Each department has got, like, one piece done. But I just feel like it would be smart to do this. And I think I'm going to do it. So I'm going to make the efficiency cheaper. Which now means it's only 504 resource points rather than 574. And we hopefully should be able to get that. And the reason that I'm doing it on the engine side of things is because I've got major upgrades. I've just got lots of engine upgrades I'm going to be doing, and granted, yeah, I'm gonna drop back in these departments. I haven't dropped back as much as I thought, but I'm still there or thereabouts, and eventually you can see like there's minor upgrades here that we can plow onto the car. There's PC we can plow onto the car, and then we can start, you know, building up. But it's easier to build up these parts here, the efficiency and the quality control, doing it now whilst I'm focusing on that piece. And again, durability, it's going to come down to just the end, really, to be honest. I might even just do, like, I don't know what to do about that. But nevertheless, though, we've got another race to go to. We're off to the Circuit Gilles Villeneuve. We will see you in a second. Okay, so welcome everyone to the French Grand Prix. We're just about to get set for qualifying. And yeah, as you can see, obviously no upgrades made by us in this race. Sorry, not this episode. I can actually make an upgrade already to the ERS if I wanted to. Let's do it. Why not? I'll go for Austria. Yeah, but we're here on a bit of downfall. And the reason for that is we are very slow around here. I'm not joking you. I'm very poor. I'm losing about 0.8 of a second in the final sector alone. I'm about a 100th of a second down in the first sector, about a 10th up in the middle sector, and then 0.8 down in the final sector. So yeah, this race, I'm gonna get my bum handed to me on a plate. Did I have 5? Yeah. Do I increase that to 6.6? Try and build some downforce back? Let's try it. Well, there we go then, guys. Unfortunately, we didn't get pole position. It's going to be a front row start, though, versus Lewis Hamilton. I am going to sneeze very, very shortly, but that felt closer than what it... Oh, it's about 0.3 of a second shy. So, there's kind of your confirmation. Knew I was going to sneeze. It was coming all along. But yeah, looking at the race director, if we look at my lap time versus Hamilton's, you can see that he's at 24.7 in the first sector, compared to 24.8 in the first sector for me. In the middle sector, Lewis set 27.4. Sorry, I managed to set 27.3, and then in the last sector, Lewis with 37.5. That was a 37.9. So I gained back a lot of time in the final sector compared to where I was in practice. In practice, I was losing 0.8. I've managed to half that down to 0.4. But there wasn't really much else I could have done to gain any more time, really, in the final sector. That was as clean as I was ever going to get it. So I'll take it. It's not the greatest thing in the world, but I knew the airs would be strong around here anyway. So as long as I thought I wouldn't be as fast as the Ferraris or the Red Bulls. That was my main concern. I seem to have them covered off, which is good. So my focus can now try and basically get in front of Hamilton very, very quickly and then abuse him for the entirety of the race. That's kind of the aim here. But yeah, what we are going to do quickly is we are just going to go and select ourselves a new rival. We'll give it to Weber. Why not? Let's go challenge Weber for a couple of races. Let's go. How the hell is it going to be tough for me to get a podium after I qualified on the front row and was clear of the others and whatever? Right, anyway, let's 5 red lights. Let's try and get Hamilton off the line if we can. I'll stick to that promise every day. Come on. Drag him into first corner. You're on the outside. Oh, get wide. Got him. Let's go. That's the start that we want. Getting up into the lead straight away versus Lewis Hamilton. And now we're going to be in a scrap race long with him. That is a beautiful start. We just got a great launch there off the line. And now we can just try and pull away here using some of our fuel in the RS. Got to be careful of fuel, actually, because I barely used it in the last race. Actually, so much left as Hamilton now is going to get a slipstream here versus myself down towards the chicane now. This is going to get very close, but it's not going to be enough for him, unfortunately. Whoa! Just bloody touched me then, Lewis. I didn't even know he was coming. He got such a great run off that corner. I was surprised that he actually got anything out of that. Lewis has got a fantastic run here. Slipstream and DRS. No, there's no DRS. Actually, it's not enabled yet. I'm maxing the engine power out. I've got a little less straight line speed. I'd sacrifice that just as we went towards qualifying because I thought it would be better to... Oh, he's still there. I had to really be careful then. The grid is still heavily mixed up, mind. Sorry, compact because of the... He's still coming. I'm just going to try and shut it off. I've gone very wide. Touch there between myself and Hamilton. I'm going to try and slot myself in beneath. Done it. I was worried this episode was going to be another short one. but it's definitely not going to be. There's going to be nothing I can do to defend. Hamilton's going to come with DRS. Vettel's going to follow him in the slipstream as well. Here he comes to the outside. I'm going to cover that off though quite nicely, and I'm going to block that line. And we defend once again from Hamilton. And that's put him under pressure from Vettel behind. So hopefully Seb can get in on the act a little bit and just cause some fighting and just let me have a chance to breathe. There's a yellow flag for one of the racing points it is. It's got a problem. That's a surprise. It's a racing point again. And who is it this time around? Is it Perez again? Oh my god, it is. Actually, it's Perez as well. That's Dutch jokes. Oh, Hamilton's got such a great run off that corner. Jesus Christ, he had every piece of momentum coming out of there. Here he goes then to the outside. I'll try and hold it. I can do just that. I've gone horribly wide on the exit. I've got to try and save a bit. Looks like I've got some company in the form of Lewis Hamilton in the Mercedes, who, well, just blitzes past me. I'm going to have to try and outbrake if I can. Oh, he outbraked himself anyway. Outbraked himself anyway. Gave me that free place back. Here he comes again. Should have enough to hold him off before I get to here. I've got to be careful through here now, because he might just try and have a go. I'm trying to save some ERS, because I know I'm going to be in another scrap after this. Coming in at the end of this lap, though. There we go. Back off. Oh shit, I forgot the pit lane changed, didn't it? Oh, do you know what? It's fine. We improvised it slightly. Slight pit lane alterations. I completely forgot that it changed, didn't it? They did an update to change the pit lane look. Oh, please get me out in front of the Alpha. Oh, bugger! Sorry. I'm not going to get out in front of the Alphas. I'm not going to get out in front of any of them. I got held up for a long time. Raikkonen currently has the fastest lap at the moment. That's jokes. Raikkonen has the fastest lap. Oh, you can tell how slow I'm having to go because I'm just defending my backside off for the entire time. We're back out though into the Grand Prix. I've just got to hope that Lewis Hamilton's got a gets held up for anything, because otherwise that's just back end just decides it didn't want to respond with me. Oh, they look too far away though. Although he was behind me, so it depends because their final sector is so rapid. That's where I'm just losing so much time, is that final sector. I just can't pull away in that piece of the track. Well, the answer is, by getting held in the pits, I've now lost three places by getting held in the pits. I've lost to Weber, I've lost to Hamilton, and I've lost to Vettel. That is infuriating. That's actually really angered me a bit. I'm in a Mercedes though, so Weber won't be an issue to pass, because I'll have him now. Here we go. No stress with him. Can I keep into distance to catch Seb? Alright, we're on to the back of Sebastian now. I sense that this lap will have him. I'm trying really hard right now. You don't understand how hard I'm pushing right now to try and salvage anything from this race after the hold up in the pits. I won't even need to use max engine modes to pass him. I've got him. Sorted. Overtake done. Just let my car do the work. To the outside we go. And that's Vettel dispatched. 3 more laps to go after we finish this one. Have I got enough pace to beat Hamilton? I don't know. 2.1 seconds is that gap. Let's see what I can do with it. Can I beat them? I just got too aggressive on one of the curbs there, and that's going to put me under pressure from Vettel now. He's now got the turn of the DRS. He's going to fly past, but we're going to outbrake him. I say that. I think we might just touch then slightly. That was aggressive. anyway, we held off the position. 2.6 now to himself and Hamilton. It's not going to be the race win around here. Don't have the pace for it. Whoopsie. I'm just going to be going for this second place now. I'm trying to cement it. It's a decent fight back, considering we dropped down to P4. We were not even in Vettel's DRS. I had to physically close that gap down to get into DRS, because Seb was in DRS of Lewis. Although in saying that, it just kind of showcases the pace that the Mercedes-Benz we have at the moment. Because in all realistic terms, you know, once Seb had just about dropped himself out of DRS range, I was on him. So you can kind of see that point in there. Let's see if I can try and get out Seb's DRS now. Well, there we go then. Lewis Hamilton has just won the French Grand Prix. For us, though, it is still going to be second place. And for a race that we were damage limitating at, you know, granted, yes, the pit stop probably cost me a chance at winning the Grand Prix. But let's put it this way. That was the best worst case scenario, if that makes sense. You know, we didn't have the pace anyway. And we managed to get a good start. And in all, I just went for it. I just gave it a good old fight. And despite the fact, you know, that I lost out to Hamilton, Vettel and Weber in the pit stops, I still didn't give up. I still kept pushing, and I managed to get Weber. I managed to get Vettel. And actually, once I dropped out of the DRS of Vettel, then it was only on that last lap where I was just making loads of mistakes because I was just like constantly, you know, what's it called? Oh, I can't even think of the word now. You know, I was constantly just trying to get away from him in the DRS, but as soon as he was out of the 1 second window, even with that final sector being so weak for me, I could still blast away from him. But looking at the Drivers' Championship, then we are now 7 points clear of Lewis Hamilton. Of course, we managed to limit the damage even further by keeping the fastest lap point for this race. Vettel and Butler stay in 3rd and 4th, and Weber and Verstappen swap round now to 5th and 6th. In the Constructors' Championship, meanwhile, Mercedes now have a 175-point lead over Ferrari, with a 194-point lead over Red Bull after yet another 1-2 finish. Okay, so here we are then on the final race screens there. So we are leading the rivalry against Lewis Hamilton there. In terms of the disciplinary record, I think what we did actually do was beat the team objectives. Yes, we did. We get 600 resource points, 800 in total there, 998 resource points, and that is a big boost that we can take with the contract negotiations. Some negotiations, juicy. Excuse me, qualifying for, what are you on about, fam? What you want? You want level 3, level 3, level 3, level 1, sure. Second and second, hard. Boom.
They didn't like those terms. Let's try again.
Bit much. Let's do none. Race position first?
They aren't coming round to that.
You have to drop something down a bit more. Upgrade speed. Let's go with upgrade speed down to level 1. Let me put that at level 1. Try that.
I'm afraid
Bollocks.
negotiations have broken down, and there's nothing more I can do.
Oh, I just missed a great opportunity to... Oh, sugar.
We'll have another chance.
Now my upgrades are going to take even longer. It's going to take a... Well, actually it's only going to take a week, but still. Crap. I mean, it's not the end of the world, because I can't actually... Oh, I've lost a chance of resource points. Should have just been smart. I didn't realise it would actually be like that, but... For the next episodes, we're going to have 2 upgrades coming our way. I can't do anything on the durability side anyway, if I wanted to. We're going to have 2, hopefully, engine upgrades coming. But if you guys have enjoyed this episode of the F1 Project, feel free to drop it a like and subscribe to the channel if you're new around here as well. And I'll see you guys next episode, where we're going to be having the Austrian and the British Grand Prix in that episode. And we're still upgrading the powertrain, so I'm actually a bit pissed. I should have just been smart with my contract. And now I've got to deal with it. Well, that's my own fault. Take care all. Peace.